took my ship, the night took my name, but the devil himself couldn't drink my flame. On a dock with a knife in my boot, a hangover crown and a missing root. My pockets held sand and a counterfeit key, and a monkey was laughing suspiciously. My compass spun drunk like a preacher in sin. My shadow was out where I'd never been. The tide rode a warning across the bay. Your beard has sailed away. No map, no gold, no crew, no throne, but a storm still when I call it home. No bed, no fear. Raise the black flag high. No bed, no fear. We'll drink before we die. They stole my glory, they stole my years, but they never stole the thunder in these pirate cheers. No bed, no fear. Let the whole sea hear. Let the whole sea hear. I followed a rumor through smoke and dice, bought bad directions at a terrible price. A witch sold me truth in a bottle of lies, said my beard now haunted the midnight skies. They say it drifts where the dead winds roam, wearing a crown of barnacles and bone, commanding ghosts from a spectral pier, and growing stronger every year. No king, no saint, no fate, no chain can hold a pirate who's gone insane. No bed, no fear. Raise the black flag high. No bed, no fear. We'll drink before we die. They stole my glory, they stole my years, but they never stole the thunder in these pirate cheers. No bed, no fear. Let the whole sea hear. Let the whole sea hear. If my beard commands an army, then I'll steal that army too. If my beard became a legend, then I'll become one new. If the sea forgets my story, I'll carve it into stone. And if the world denies my name, I'll claim the waves alone. One hook, one heart, one cursed soul. One hook, one heart, one barrel left, and a scar to settle. No fear. Raise the black beneath a goat, beneath a lute, inside a chest, beneath the floor, inside a tavern by the shore. The ink was fresh, the parchment old, it promised mountains made of gold, an X so bold, a route so clear. What could possibly go wrong from here? Everything. We sailed 3 days through fog and rain, past Widows Rock and KRAKEN Lane. We dug all night beneath a tree and found another map to another tree. The second map was stained with ale, the third was written on a sail, the fourth appeared inside a fish, the fifth contained a shopping list. A left at doom, a right at death, straight ahead for certain wreck. The clues got worse, the trail grew mad, the best damn treasure hunt we ever had. The map that lied, the map that lied, it smiled and sent us off the side. The map that lied, the map that lied, but we kept sailing with our pride. One more island, one more clue, one more barrel to get us through. The map that lied, and we'd follow it again. Hermit swore he knew the way for 7 coins and half a pay. He drew directions in the sand, then ran away with our frying pan. A monkey merchant sold us charts, a masterpiece of useless arts. Every line a masterpiece of navigational fraudulence. Still better than the captain's plan. We chased a beacon through the night, a phantom lantern burning bright. It led us to a hidden cave containing 17 identical maps. Each one claimed with utmost grace the treasure lay in a different place. North by greed, south by rum, west by luck, and then we're done. The sea kept laughing in our wake, but legends are built by playing safe. The map that lied, the map that lied, it smiled and sent us off the side. The map that lied, the map that lied, but we kept sailing with our pride. One more island, one more clue, one more barrel to get us through. The map that lied, and we follow it again. Fiddle, accordion, whistle. Everybody point in different directions. Maybe treasure isn't gold, maybe treasure's getting old, with friends too strange to leave behind, and stories no sane soul would find. Maybe every crooked trail, every storm and every fail is worth more than a king's reward, or so we tell ourselves aboard. Wait, what's that in the distance? Another island! Another map! The map that lied, the map that lied. We knew the truth and chose the right. The map that lied, the map that lied. The greatest lie we ever tried. Raise your mugs, the chase goes on. We'll curse this map until the dawn. The map that lied, and we'd follow it again. One more map, one more island, one more terrible idea. Hey, sail! Sail! Far beyond the reef, beyond the charts, beyond the reach of honest men, lies SKULLBAY. 1, 2, 3, sail! every secret weighed in gold. We came chasing one false clue, one more map among a few. Instead we found a harbor where even shadows paid their share. Then the bells began to ring, then the harbor turned its head. Then a voice cried from the docks, the coastal fleet ahead. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, ride the storm and clear the way. Cannons roar and timbers sway. Tonight we live, tonight we sail. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, through the smoke and ocean spray. If the sea demands its pay, we'll drink and laugh and never fail. The governor's fleet emerged from fog, black as nightmares, vast as gods. Their banners cut the moon in half, their warning shots drew nervous laughs. We loaded casks from rail to rail, enough to sink a lesser sail. The deck grown low beneath the weight of liquid courage and bad fate. A smuggler queen with emerald eyes spoke a truth wrapped up in lies. The fastest route to freedom, friends, is straight through them. Raise the sails, prime the guns, trust the wind, and then run! Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, ride the storm and clear the way. Cannons roar and timbers sway. Tonight we live, tonight we sail. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, through the smoke and ocean spray. If the sea demands its pay, we'll drink and laugh and never fail. Fire! Reload! Fire! Reload! The waves became a battlefield where neither side was bound to yield. Thunder rolled from gun to gun and painted stars around the sun. A cannonball tore through our mast, the quarter deck was fading fast. But every barrel rolling free became a weapon of the sea. Rum exploded through the night, golden rivers burning bright. The enemy slipped upon our prize and vanished beneath drunken tides. The fleet behind, the reef ahead, no room to turn, no time to dread. The moon above, the deep below, only one way left to go. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, ride the storm and clear the way. Cannons roar and timbers sway. Tonight we live, tonight we sail. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, through the smoke and ocean spray. If the sea demands its pay, we'll drink and laugh and never fail. Raise your mugs, defy the gale, every legend leaves a trail. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, tonight we ride our road. No treasure chest, no crown, no throne can match the worth of making home. With scars and songs and loyal souls who stand beside you through the squalls. The map may lie, the world may cheat, the dead may rise beneath our feet. But while the horizon still burns gold, our story shall be told. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, hear the sea repeat our name. From every port to every wave, the tale will never fade. Rumrunners of SKULLBAY, we outran fate and sailed away. Though tomorrow brings new storms, tonight belongs to us. Far astern, the fleet still searches. Far ahead, the unknown waits. And somewhere beyond the horizon, You're looking for trouble. You're buying the next ride. Turns green, stands the strangest tavern that I've ever seen. Built for wrecks and promises, crooked as a grin, where every saint leaves poorer and every sinner wins. The sign swings loose in the ocean breeze, carved from the jaw of a giant beast. One golden tooth still gleams at night, like a lighthouse for the lost and blind. Step inside, mind your purse, mind your ship, mind your cash. Monkeys to tavern, raise your glass and stomp your feet. Monkeys to tavern, where every lie sounds sweet. Maps and legends, golden thieves, ghosts with tricks beneath their sleeves. Monkeys to tavern, the beating heart of the sea. A skeleton king, a mermaid sold storms tied up with string. A monkey in a waistcoat dealt fortunes from a deck, and somehow won a battleship on a losing bet. A sailor swore he'd sailed the moon, then forgot the route before noon. Another claimed he bottled fate and sold it cheap to pay for ale. Truth bends here, luck cheats here, every whisper cost a year. Golden thieves, ghosts with tricks beneath their sleeves. Monkeys to tavern, the beating heart of the Everybody sing! Marrow Jack, one eye ahead and one eye back. He poured black rum from a silver skull and spoke in riddles strange and dull. You're chasing maps that chase themselves, you're hunting answers nobody tells. The beard you seek was never lost, only borrowed by a darker force. The room fell still, the candles swayed, the laughter dimmed, the music changed. Then from the corner, cloaked in smoke, a crooked figure softly spoke. A voice like driftwood dragged through flame, and somehow knew my name. Monkeys to tavern, raise your glass and stomp your feet. Monkeys to tavern, where every lie sounds sweet. Maps and legends, golden thieves, ghosts with tricks beneath their sleeves. Monkeys to tavern, the beating heart of the sea. Maybe destiny drinks here too, maybe fate gets drunk on truth. Maybe every road we've sailed was set before we raised the sail. Maybe every map and scheme, every nightmare, every dream has led us to this very night, where shadows gather out of sight. Monkeys to tavern, sing it loud and sing it free. Monkeys to tavern, the last stop before good shaman waits. The sea remembers what men forget. We found a shore no child had known, a kingdom built from driftwood bones. The jungle breathed in crooked time, its roots entwined with ancient crimes. Every leaf concealed a stare, every shadow whispered prayers. The wind spoke names I used to know, names buried deep below the foam. And somewhere through the mangrove haze, a crooked fire burned in place. One step closer, one truth deeper. Every answer cost a keeper. Curse of the crooked shaman, master of the twisted tide. Curse of the crooked shaman, where dead horizons coincide. He bent the maps, he forged the signs, he tangled fate in hidden lines. Curse of the crooked shaman, the ghost behind the ride. We climbed a stair of weathered stone, where vines had claimed a shattered throne. The drums grew louder with each breath, a heartbeat underneath the depths. Their inner circle carved by years stood masks assembled from old fears. Kings and captains, saints and thieves, all reduced to hollow leaves. Then from the smoke he stepped in view, one eye black and one eye blue. His crooked staff traced circles slow, like drawing storms where none should go. The sea stood still, the stars looked down. Even silence feared the sound. Curse of the crooked shaman, master of the twisted tide. Curse of the crooked shaman, where dead horizons coincide. He bent the maps, he forged the signs, he tangled fate in hidden lines. Curse of the crooked shaman, the ghost behind the ride. You seek a beard, the shaman laughed, a relic cut from older craft, a thing far greater than it seems, a key that sails between the seams. The beard once crowned a pirate king, who conquered death with song and string. Its hairs were woven strand by strand from souls that would not leave the land. Now every ghost that roams the sea still hears its ancient melody, and every fool who seeks its power becomes its servant by the hour. The flames turned green, the sky turned red, the jungle echoed with the dead. The mass awoke, the earth replied, and 1,000 spirits filled the night. Curse of the crooked shaman, master of the twisted tide. Curse of the crooked shaman, where dead horizons coincide. He bent the maps, he forged the signs, he tangled fate and hidden lines. Curse of the crooked shaman, the ghost behind the ride. Raise your voice, defy the spell. We are the storm he cannot quell. Curse of the crooked shaman, tonight we break the chain. No curse can own the open sea, no chain can bind what longs to be. No shadow born from fear and pain can stop the dawn from rising again. The ocean turns, the ages pass, even legends crack like glass, and every tyrant fate has made will one day fade. Curse of the crooked shaman, hear the drums beneath the waves. Curse of the crooked shaman, the keeper of forgotten graves. But every tide must meet the shore, and every lock must find a door. Curse of the crooked shaman, your reign will end in foam. The drums grew silent, the fire grew dim, and in the ashes of the ritual, a single strand of spectral beard still glowed, waiting. Fill it up! Drink it down! If the world's ending, we'll meet it singing! The shaman spoke of ancient kings, of haunted crowns and cursed strings, of ghostly beards that ruled the foam, and souls that never made it home. We heard the tale, we felt the dread, we stared in silence. Then someone said, well, that's alarming. Pause. Another round? Another round! 3 sheets to the KRAKEN. Raise your mugs and cast the sea. 3 sheets to the KRAKEN. Drunken fate and destiny. If the dead rise, let them come. We'll share our rum with everyone. 3 sheets to the KRAKEN. Tonight we're wild and free. The tavern shook beneath our feet. The fiddles whirled in reckless heat. A sailor danced atop a mast that wasn't even there to start. One claimed he fought a giant squid, another swore he was the squid, a third insisted both were true, and somehow nobody disputed. The moon looked down through smoky glass, the barrels vanished twice as fast. Every toast grew larger still until it climbed the windowsill. One more smoke, the tavern door abruptly broke. A dripping figure stumbled in, covered head to toe in ink. His eyes were wide, his voice was thin, his beard contained a squid-like fin. He pointed seaward, pale with fright, and shouted through the stormy night, "It's real!" The room fell still, the mug stood frozen, the fiddler missed a note. A distant roar rolled through the harbor like mountains learning how to float. Three sheets to the KRAKEN! Raise your mugs and face the deep! Three sheets to the KRAKEN! No surrender, no retreat! If the monster wants a battle, we'll arrive with empty barrels! Three sheets to the KRAKEN! And wisdom, maybe bravery's absurd. Maybe every great adventure starts by trusting drunken words. Maybe legends aren't the heroes, maybe legends are the fools who laugh at impossible odds and challenge ancient rules. So if the darkness seeks to claim us, if the sea begins to rise, we'll answer with a reckless grin and firelight in our eyes. Three sheets to the KRAKEN! Raise your mugs and sing it loud! Three sheets to the KRAKEN! Make the thunder proud! Ghosts behind us, storms ahead, the sea itself may want us dead. Three sheets to the KRAKEN! But tonight belongs to us. Three sheets to the KRAKEN, but tonight belongs to us. One last toast to bad ideas, to impossible quests, to cursed beards, and to whatever just made that noise. Drink first, run later. Captain, we still owe you. Coin above the waves where the lost ones join. We followed tracks no charts could show, through waters dark as debts unpaid long ago. A whisper drifted across the foam from sailors who had no flesh nor bones. A ghostly crew in a tattered brig, still running tabs from a century's binge. I checked my ledger, I checked it twice. The numbers danced and the lantern light. 300 barrels, 7 chests, and 1 enchanted chicken, no less. Pay up! Ghosts don't pay the debts. They vanish with the sunset. Ghosts don't pay the debts. They dodge what they regret. They borrow rum, they borrow gold, they borrow stories bought and sold. Ghosts don't pay their debts, and we're collecting tonight. Through the midnight fog, a skeletal mate stood on the bow. He tipped his hat, he grinned and said, "We'd gladly pay, but we're technically dead." The crew erupted, the drums kicked in, the chase began upon the wind, through spectral reefs and phantom rain, where logic drowned and madness reigned. One ghost produced a legal scroll signed by an octopus and notary soul, claiming death The sea grew still, the stars burned bright, every phantom raised a light, and from their hold they brought a chart, older than memory torn apart. A map of souls, a map of kings, a map of where the beard still sings. Ghosts don't pay their debts, but sometimes debts are strangers. Ghosts don't pay their debts, yet some are worth the danger. No gold, no rum, no silver chest, but knowledge buried with the rest. Ghosts don't pay their debts, still we got paid tonight. The dead may fade, the years may pass, empires crumble into glass, but every promise left undone still echoes when the day is done. The sea remembers every vow, every then and every now, and every soul that drifts away still hears the words they failed to pay. Ghosts don't pay the debts, let every harbor know it. Ghosts don't pay the debts, and now we've got the proof of it. The gold is gone, the rum is gone, but the hunt for truth goes on and on. Ghosts don't pay the debts, and neither do we quit. Ghosts don't pay their debts, and neither do we quit. The ghost ship faded, the charge remained, and somewhere far beyond the mist, 1,000 voices whispered, "Find the beard." Before the charts, before the crowns, before the first black flag was raised, there was a name forgotten by time, but remembered by the sea. Ghostly chart led ever west, toward waters none had ever blessed. No stars above, no birds below, only the tide's eternal flow. And in the distance, through the haze, a solitary beacon blazed. Upon a rock of obsidian stone, a throne stood weathered and alone, its surface carved by wind and years, and crowned with strands of spectral my mind with years. I saw a king in storms of gold, a pirate older than the cold. His fleet stretched far beyond the dawn, through seas now buried and long gone. 1,000 captains at his side, united by the endless tide. They fought no kingdom made of stone, no mortal throne to call their own. They fought the fear that all men share, to vanish like salt in the air. And every soul who faced the sea left a spark inside eternity. The bed of 1,000 souls, keeper of forgotten names. The bed of 1,000 souls, bearer of immortal flames. Every dream, every scar, every sailor lost afar. The bed of 1,000 souls still remembers who we are. Then through the light I saw them all, the brave, the cursed, the great, the small, the fools who chased impossible skies, the rogues who laughed in death so nice. The nameless deckhand swept away, the captains claimed by storms and spray. The mutineers, the kings, the thieves, all woven through these ghostly leaves. Not trapped, not chained, not bound by doom, but singing through the ocean's womb. A living tale the sea protects, beyond the reach of time and wrecks. The waves arose, the sky burned bright, 1,000 stars ignited night. The voices merged, the chorus swelled, and every soul together yelled. The bed of 1,000 souls, hear the thunder of the dead. The bed of 1,000 souls, the living road, the lost still tread. Every hope, every fall, every legend, one and all. The bed of 1,000 souls carries every voice that calls. Raise your flag, raise your heart, every ending is a start. The bed of 1,000 souls, lives within us. No treasure shines forever, no empire ever stays, no monument escapes the wind, no glory cheats the waves. But stories sail forever, through every age and storm. As long as one voice still remains, the legend is reborn. The bed of 1,000 souls, let the ocean sing its name. The bed of 1,000 souls, an undying sacred flame. Every soul, every sea, every dream of being free. The bed of 1,000 souls lives in you and lives in me. The bed of 1,000 souls lives in you and lives in me. The vision faded, the choir dimmed, the throne stood empty once again. But on the horizon, beneath gathering storm clouds, an armada of the dead was rising, and at its head, a familiar silhouette waited. Waited. edge of the world, from the grave of the sea, they came. As if the ocean had been torn, 1,000 sails of death appeared, drawn by the song of the spectral beard. Black mass clawed at shattered skies, ghost fire burned in hollow eyes. The dead advanced in endless rows, like winter tides no shore could hold. At their head upon a throne, forged from wreckage, bone and foam, stood the king from ancient lore, returned to claim the seas once more. The waves grew high, the wind grew wild, the dead marched on for endless miles. Captain Obed to the helm, face the armada of the damned. Captain Obed, stand your ground, let the thunder shake the sound. The living rise, the dead advance, tonight decides who rules the waves. Captain Obed, raise your flag and charge into the storm. The king spoke through the roaring gale, a voice as old as every sail. Give me the beard, give me the throne, and every sea shall be my own. I laughed and drew my rusted blade, the same old knife I'd always paid for every foolish choice I'd made, and every debt I never saved. No crown belongs to one alone, no sea was built for kings to own. The tide belongs to all who roam, the free, the lost, the brave, the gone. The crew roared back, the drums began, the stars themselves joined every man. Captain Obed to the helm, face the armada of the damned. Captain Obed, stand your ground, let the thunder shake the sound. The living rise, the dead advance, tonight decides who rules the waves. Captain Obed, raise your flag and charge into the storm. Steel met spirit, wood met flame, the sea forgot its ancient name. Ships collided side by side as oceans turned with every tide. Ghosts and pirates fought as one beneath a shattered dying sun. The beard awoke in radiant light, 1,000 voices filled the night. The captains trapped within its strands reached from beyond with spectral hands, not to conquer, not to reign, but break the cycle forged by pain. The storm split wide, the heavens burned, the ancient king at last returned. The beard arose, the souls replied, and every fallen pirate cried. Captain Obed to the helm, face the armada of the damned. Captain Obed, stand your ground, let the thunder shake the sound. Raise your mugs, raise your steel, raise the dreams that make us the sea grew calm. The dead vanished into starlight, and in the silence that followed, a single hair of spectral silver drifted upon the tide toward home. Toward home. Toward home. Toward home. We crossed the world! We fought the dead! We broke the curse! And now, where's the treasure? Searched the reefs of haunted kings. We chased impossible things through storms and ghosts and cursed old charts and every kind of foolish start. We climbed black cliffs above the sea. We sailed where sane men fear to be. We followed clues through night and gale, and every single one had failed. Yet through it all, from port to port, one battered barrel came aboard. No mark of gold, no luck, no gem, just property of then smeared again. One old barrel, one old cask. Nobody thought to ask. The treasure was inside the barrel the whole damn time, the whole damn way. The treasure was inside the barrel. We've been hauling it day by day. We chased the horizon, we crossed the sea. The answer sat beneath our feet. The treasure was inside the barrel, and now we're rich tonight. Old barnacle piece tripped on a rope. The barrel cracked and lost its hope. A shower of jewels hit the deck, along with 17 unpaid checks. Emeralds rolled from side to side, rubies scattered with the tide. A golden crown bounced off the mast and hit the navigator's hat. The crew stood frozen, mouths agape, like sharks attempting math by fate. Then somebody began to laugh, and soon we all collapsed in half. All those maps, all those years, all those arguments over beers. The treasure was inside the barrel the whole damn time, the whole damn way. The treasure was inside the barrel. We've been hauling it day by day. We chased the horizon, we crossed the sea. The answer sat beneath our feet. The treasure was inside the barrel, and now we're rich tonight. Who's been sitting on the treasure? The captain! Then from beneath the golden gems, a weathered letter arose again, addressed to whoever finds this thing, with faded ink from an ancient king. It simply read, "Dear pirate friend, if this barrel survives the end of storms and wars and reckless crews, then all of this belongs to you." Then one last line in crooked hand, "The real treasure wasn't what you planned. We stared, we groaned, grows dull and gems grow cold. Every crown grows far too old, but songs survive and tales endure long after riches lose their lure. For every mile and every scar made us who we truly are. The treasure wasn't in the chest, the treasure was the quest. And the night still young. One cursed beard, one broken map, one undead armada, one impossible adventure, and one very suspicious barrel. Hey! Another round! Another round! Time in a very long while. Cannon slept beneath the dawn. The ghosts had faded and were gone. The storm that split the world in two had vanished with the night it knew. The deck was scarred, the sails were torn, 1,000 miles from where we'd sworn. This journey first would someday end before it had a chance to begin. I stood alone beside the rail and watched the waking sunlight sail across the sea that once had seemed too vast to hold a single dream. I chased revenge across the foam and found a road that led me home. Revenge served over ice melts before the morning light. Revenge served over ice never taste the way you ride. I crossed the world, I paid the price, and learned some things aren't won by fights. Revenge served over ice was never what I sought. I thought the beard would make me whole, restore the pieces of my soul. I thought the maps would point the way to everything I lost one day. But every answer that I found only spun the compass round, and every treasure I pursued changed shape the moment it came into view. The sea does not return the years, it only teaches through your fears. And every wave that breaks apart leaves something stronger in the heart. The things we lose, the things we keep, all leave their footprints in the deep. Revenge served over ice melts before the morning light. Revenge served over ice never taste the way you ride. I crossed the world, I paid the price, and learned some things aren't won by fights. Revenge served watch the rising of the sun. Old scars and laughter side by side, like constellations on the tide. The fool, the rogue, the drunk, the brave, the ones the ocean chose to save. Every face a chapter told, worth more than all the gathered gold. Then Barnacle Pete raised up a glass and spoke the truth we'd somehow missed. The beard was never what we found, it was who we became. The wind returned, the gulls took flight, the sea reflected golden light. The years ahead still unexplored, and every heart climbed back aboard. We've been served over ice, let it melt into the sea. We've been served over ice, that's not the pirate I would be. I'd rather chase impossible stars and wear my scars like medals earned. We've been served over ice, the lesson finally learned. Raise your mugs, raise them high, for every dream that didn't die. We've been served over ice, the lesson finally learned. No throne survives forever, no kingdom rules the tide, no treasure keeps its sparkle, no legend keeps its pride. But friendship fills the sails when every map has failed, and freedom lights the horizon beyond the farthest trail. So let the old grudges sink, let the bitter anchors fall. The sea is far too beautiful to waste on hate and we've been served over ice, gone like mist before the sun. We've been served over ice, the chase itself was what we won. The storms, the songs, the endless skies, the friends beside us through the fire. We've been served over ice, and now we sail anew. We've been served over ice, and now we sail anew. The beard was found, the curse was broken, the treasure spent, the story spoken. Yet beyond the horizon, another adventure waited, and the sea was smiling again. One more round before we sail. Lanterns glowed like fallen Mars. The sea lay calm beyond the piers, as if it too recalled the years. The maps were folded, the swords were stored, the battered ship was nearly restored, and every face around the room had somehow carried us us this far. Old scars reflected candlelight, like tiny constellations bright. Every laugh and every line, a treasure greater than we'd find. So fill the cups and raise them high. Tonight we toast before goodbye. One more round before we sail, for every storm and every tale. One more round before we sail, for every friend who never failed. Raise your voice, raise your ale, let the whole wide ocean hear. One more round before we sail, tomorrow's drawing near. The fiddler played a weathered tune about a ship that chased the moon. The crowd sang every word by heart, though none remembered where to start. Old Barnacle Pete began to cry, then claimed he'd gotten dust inside his eye. The crew pretended to believe, as sailors often do. A chair stood empty by the wall for those who couldn't make the call. The ones the sea had carried on, yet somehow never truly gone. The dead may rest, the years may fade, but songs remember every name. One more round before we sail, for every storm and every tale. One more round before we sail, for every friend who never failed. Raise your voice, raise your ale, let the whole wide ocean hear. One more round before we sail, tomorrow's drawing near. I looked around the crowded room and thought about the roads we'd hewn, the cursed maps, the haunted kings, the thousand souls and stranger things, the barrel full of hidden gold, the ghostly debt still left untold, the beard that changed a simple fool into something new. Then through the window crossed by rain, I saw the open sea again. Still vast, still wild, still unexplored, still waiting at the door. The tide returns, the wind arrives, the distant horizon comes alive. The gulls take flight, the ropes are cast, but this one night is built to last. One more round before we sail, for every dream that rode the gale. One more round before we sail, for every promise we prevailed. Raise your mugs, raise your song, we've been pirates all along. One more round before we sail, the journey's never done. No final part awaits us, no ending truly stays. The sea keeps writing stories across the endless waves, and every road behind us becomes a star ahead. For legends never disappear, they simply sail instead. So when the night grows quiet and distant winds prevail, remember us beside the fire and order one more round. One more round before we sail, for every storm and every tale. One more round before we sail, for every friend who never failed. Raise your voice, raise your ale, let the whole wide ocean hear. One more round before we sail, the horizon's calling clear. clear. The mugs were emptied, the lanterns dimmed. The tide rose slowly toward the docks. The crew stepped out beneath the dawn, and somewhere beyond the sunrise, another map was waiting, another mystery, another impossible adventure. One more